Solemn silence in the Capitol Rotunda as the Bush family makes a surprise appearance to thank the public for its outpouring of love and support for former President George H.W. Bush.
This is a time to celebrate George H.W. Bush, not to grieve his loss, and that's what we're doing as a family right now.
The lasting legacy of the 41st president evident on the faces of the endless stream of visitors at the Capitol. Cindy McCain, the widow of Senator John McCain, just one of many who approached the president's casket in tears, the first of two funeral services for the former president that will happen later this morning at 10 a.m. A motorcade will carry President Bush's body to the National Cathedral, followed by a state funeral at 11 that's expected to last an hour and a half. President Bush will then be taken to Joint Base Andrews for a final flight home to Houston. His firstborn son and former President George W. Bush will speak at today's funeral service. Former Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney, whose time and power overlap with 41, will also eulogize the former president, along with former U.S. Senator Alan Simpson, who became a close friend of President Bush, and presidential historian John Meacham, the late president's biographer. All living presidents are expected to attend today's funeral, including President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump. The first couple visited former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush Tuesday evening at Blair House, the official visitors' residence, across the street from the White House. The Bush family visiting the place they once called home and posing for this moving picture with George H.W. Bush's official portrait. It's clear the 41st president's impact extended to so many during his life of service, including a group in wheelchairs, thankful for his signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act, who brought the former president's service dog Sully to the Rotunda for another visit, current and former heads of the CIA, and some of the military leaders of Operation Desert Storm who served under President Bush, including Colin Powell, and everyday Americans.
I'm here to honor who I consider a military patriot.
Special man, and his legacy is, shown that.
He was such an example and kind of like at a global stage at a critical time.
In perhaps the most emotional moment, 95-year-old former senator and former rival Bob Dole was helped to his feet, determined to stand and salute the casket of President Bush, a fellow World War II veteran and member of the greatest generation, gone but never forgotten.